everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're here for the very first time, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Jane. My husband Mike does everything behind the camera. We're British early retirees. We have no debt, we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Sunday we share with you an aspect of our private life, of something that we do personally to save money, to be thrifty, to be frugal and to be money savers. And it's the beginning of the month. I've missed this by a week, but it's the beginning of the month. And we're going to share with you our October budget. The exact budget, our real budget, not a hypothetical one, our real one. All the money coming in, all the money going out, how we save, how much we save and what we save for. And we are great believers in budgeting. We've got better at this as the years have gone by. In the past, we were very much the people who had a differing amount of money left at the end of each month. Some months we were better off than others. Now we actually give every single penny a job at the beginning of the month. We are passionate about budgeting, we're passionate about frugal living, about being mindful with our money and where our money goes. And that's why we like to share this with you. We hope that you enjoy the video today, and if you do, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, come and join the Frugal family. Let's start by sharing with you the kind of budgeting system that we use. We have a zero balance budget, which means we give every single penny a job at the beginning of the month. We take away every single one of those expenses and the numbers of that will be zero, and you will see that in the summary at the end of this video. So we know where every penny is going in advance. Let's start with our income this month. Our income this month is €2,722. That's from 2 UK pensions. And I know you'll be thinking like, Jane, you don't look 67. How do you have a pension? In the UK, there are two types of pension. Well, there are many types of pensions, but Mike and I have two types of pensions. There is your state, your government pension that you get when you are 67 years old. In our case, some people, they will get it later than that, but in our case we will get that, which you might call social security, at 67. And then we have a work-based pension that we pay into. We pay 10% of our income into that, tax-free, and then we took that pension at 55 years old. It's a much reduced pension. We could have carried on working longer, we could have paid more in, we could have worked for longer, but you can go, we could go at 55. It's now, I believe, 57, and you can take your pension a reduced amount at 55, which is what we did. So we have two reduced pensions. I was a teacher, Mike was a local government officer, and then we have the income that we make from YouTube. That's not a lot, but it all helps. Kind of see it for us as a bit of a side hustle. So we pay social security payments of 24.6% of gross on the money that we make from YouTube. So that 2722 is the money after social security payments to the French government, or URSSAF as it is called here, who collect the money. And that money goes towards our French pension, our French healthcare and any benefits. So any benefits. And it's not just us, it pays into the system for everybody. So there we go. I like to clarify this in every video that I do. You might think, well, is 2,722 for two people to live off a lot of money or not a lot of money in France? If, and we are both of working age, remember, if we were both out working and earning minimum wage, our take home for the two of us would be, and I've written it down, 2,797. So that you can see here, we are slightly below minimum wage. Now across France, 17% of the workforce earn minimum wage. And I want to acknowledge the fact that it's tough for them if they are paying rent, if they are bringing up children, Even if it's two of them bringing in minimum wage, it's going to be a tough amount of money. You might be watching this and thinking like, we have a lot of money. Your opinion is your opinion, and I respect that. You might think it's not a lot of money. Equally, it's your opinion. The fact of the matter is we live on the equivalent amount as minimum wage. Another question you might be asking, because you might be here for the very first time and you might be thinking to yourself, well, can you actually live on that amount of money? What do I mean? It defines what you mean by live. I mean, it's going to be hard out there for people if they don't own their own property, if they haven't paid off their mortgage at our age. And lots of people at our age who took out a mortgage have paid it off. It's going to be a very small amount of money. But we believe that if you are thrifty, if you are frugal, you can make it work. And you can see that when we show you our budget, that we save money and we plan for the future, because we are not 67 yet. We will continue making some money in some way until we are 67, and we have our version of social security and our French pensions as well, which we will be very small because we won't have paid into them for many years at all. So that is our income, 2,722. And first of all, we pay ourselves first. We save first. Now, month to month, it ranges from 10% to 20%. Our income's pretty good at the moment, so we are saving 20. And that this month is €544. And that goes into our long-term savings. You say, what are you saving for, Jane? Well, you nor I nor anyone else has a crystal ball. We don't know the future. We don't know when the fridge freezer is going to break down and never be able to be replaced, or the washing machine. We don't even know what we want to do in a few years' time, or what we might want to do to our house. We are still working on our property and making it better. So there's obviously things that we do need to save for. An example is that we put aside 200 every single month. And that is to save 4,800 every 2 years into the new to us car savings fund. We never buy a new car, we always buy a used car. But obviously we take the car that we've got, we trade it in, we add some money to it. And we also, if it's not enough, we might have to take some from our long-term savings as well. So that's 544 into long-term savings. That's 200 into car savings. And then we have our short-term savings, and every one of these is a bill. It's a need to pay, must pay within the next 12 months. And for that, we save €755 a month. And all of those, like I said, they're all bills, things we have to pay in the year. And then let's talk about what we actually use those short-term savings for. Let's talk about short-term savings. We call them sinking funds. They are those rolling savings funds that you fill up over a period of time, and then you might use that money to pay off a bill, and the fund sinks again, and then you start again and you fill it up again. Hence the colloquialism of sinking funds. So what we do with our sinking funds is we have the total of each one. We add all of those funds together, and then we've got a total amount of money. We divide that by 12, and that's what we save per month. I'm going to rattle through these really, really quickly. So we save 600 a year for clothes for two of us, or shoes, everything, 600 a year. That's for two people, so 300 each. For gifts, birthdays, Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, that stuff, 800. Trip to the UK, we save €1,600 a year. We're coming up to 60th birthdays, so we've got a bucket list thing that we want to do here. So we are saving up for a trip to the south of France next year. And we're saving €1,650 for that. Our refuse and recycling bill each year is 225. Our property tax each year is 800. Water 260. Wood heating 880. Dogs grooming 400. Dogs vet 400, dog grooming 600, car maintenance 600, to have 2 chimneys swept once a year 160. Our business tax, having a YouTube channel is classed as having a business. Our business tax is 240. We then, for our business, we pay online storage, and we also have epidemic sound of 216 a year. So the total of that is 9,071. We divide that by 12, and we save 755 each month. So let's talk about the things that we don't pay for. Obviously, we've reached that point in life, so we paid off our mortgage by the time we were 50. We don't have any housing costs. We don't eat out very often. We don't shop for fun. We shop for what we need when we need it, and we budget for that. We do take a trip to the UK. That's where our family live, and we're going to take a trip to the south of France. But other than that, we don't go to places that cost any money. We like to go to places, and there's plenty of things to see and do that we like to do that costs us absolutely nothing or next to nothing. Here in France, we rarely, if ever, eat out. We ate out quite a lot when we went on a trip to the UK to meet up with family. None of us have a house big enough for us all to get into. We all live in quite small properties. If you're in the UK, you'll know British properties are, in the main, not very big. So yes, we did eat out as a way of meeting up with people, and we also went out for coffee, but we don't do that here. If I go out with a friend for coffee, it's Blue Moon. If we go out and eat here, it's our wedding anniversary, or it's really very, very rare. So we don't do those things. We do have, you can't have TV for free here. You have to pay for it in some way. So we have a subscription to actually get TV into the house. But we don't have anything like Amazon Prime or Netflix or anything like that. So we don't have those things. So that's some of the reasons why our expenses are maybe lower than some people's. Okay, let's run through our expenses for October. We've got car fuel, €70, winter fuel preps for generator, and it will be used for things like chainsaws, is 54. Supermarket, 300. That's all food, all drink, all toiletries, all cleaning products, bathroom tissues, everything. Laundry soap, the lot. That's not a lot at the moment because we are very, very well stocked. Come January, that will probably have to go up because we'll need to build stock up again. I've got Mike's mobile phone is 10 a month. We've got an internet provider, which is Bouygues. They also provide us with my mobile phone service, and that is 51 a month. We then have Orange, which is home phone, TV and internet. We have to pay something to get some TV here, and that's 26 a month. We're waiting for Orange to switch on fibre here on our street in our neighbourhood, and then we will switch to having only one provider if it works properly. Then we have our bank charge of €12 a month. There's no free banking here. That's for 4 bank accounts. EDF electricity is €108 a month. We don't use €108 a month all year. We always run a little bit extra in our account. Next thing is personal care. So I have my face wax, my eyebrows done, de-bearded, de-moustached once a month. I pay 25 for that. And then as you can see here, I've had my hair done, I've had my hair cut. I paid €25 for that. I then go to a craft group, which is like a charitable donation to a charity called Les Puces, an animal charity, of 20 a month. And then our 2 health insurances, which are top-up insurances, so it doesn't cover all of our insurance, is €108. Now don't forget, we pay 24.6% in social security payments on our YouTube income, and that goes towards our government pension, our government healthcare, our government pension and any benefits. So it goes into the system for everyone. We then have our car insurance. We pay €53 a month. It's no more or less to pay it monthly or all in one go. Our home insurance is $28 a month, same again, split the payments. It's no more or less to pay it monthly. Our pet food is $60 a month. This month we paid for our French classes. We paid for the year's subscription, and that was $40 for the year. No, that was $10 each for the year's subscription, and then $10 per term. Then we had to buy some stationery for our French classes. We spent €10 each night, which is 20. And then we've got 2 portable gas heaters in our house. One's in my sewing room, aka my office. One's in Mike's office. We had to buy a gas bottle refill, and that's €32. Then we have an air filter in our house. We have a wood burning stove. You always get some dust with any kind of fire or wood burning stove. And it's a Dyson. It's very good, but the filter costs us €50 a year. We don't have a sinking fund for €50 a year. We just build it into the budget for the month that we need it. So our total living expenses for October were €1,202 for the month. So let's summarise this and how we know in advance where every penny is going to go. Frugality to us is about being mindful with money. Frugality to you might be surviving way less money than we've got and making it work. You might decide to be way more frugal than us. I know you're lovely, lovely people, and you want to give advice, and you'll say things like, cut your own hair, cut your own dog's hair. I know all the things you're going to say, and it's, it doesn't go unappreciated. So, we read all your comments. We appreciate every single one of them. But here it is, in summary, our budget for October. All the money's coming in, and that was after all deductions, was $2,722. All the money that we need to save or have to save is $1,498. So our total expenses, which means all our bills for October, is $1,202. And our discretionary amount of money, the actual money that we've got, there's hours that we could spend, that we could do anything we wanted with, is €132. Now we are on a no spend at the moment, so that €132 will just stay in our current account. We call it a buffer. We like to build that up over the year. So that's just going to stay there. We've got no plans of spending any money in October, but we're real here. If anything comes up that we need to pay for that would be extra, it's going to have to come out of that €132. Fingers crossed for me, everyone, that Murphy does not knock on my door and nothing extra is needed. If you found that useful, interesting, entertaining, whatever, go on, hit that thumbs up button. It really, really helps our channel. It pushes the algorithm out there and gets our videos out there. Massive thank you to everybody who leaves a comment. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you to all subscribers, old and new, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.